I just want to get straight into the juicy value that I got from Chris Smith. So Chris has an entire business all around storytelling, which Christy alluded to is like my background as well, being in PR. And I just wanted to, like, I took all my notes and I taught them to my team last week, and I've sort of like put it down into like 5 steps that you guys could go and do at any point in your career with this business. And like Clint rightly said, you will evolve, which means your mission, your vision, your story will evolve, and that is okay. Like it would be pretty sad if you start this business and then 3 years down the track, you're exactly the same person and you have not evolved and grown one bit. Like, that's just not how this business works. You know, there's so much personal development. You're going to grow and learn and just evolve into like the best version of you. So it's okay for that to change. So basically what he taught was the big idea of impact. So, you know, he talks a lot about your message, your mission, and the movement that you're creating. And something he said, just to set this up, is, you know, and I fully am on board with him saying this, like, you just need to know what you stand for and the rest comes from there. So he spoke about the tumbleweed syndrome, which is where you're going nowhere quickly. And it's like someone asks you, what are you doing or where are you going? And you're like, I don't know, but I'm going there. You know, like, it's just like frantic, chaotic, like you're just doing all this stuff, but you don't really know what it all marries up to. So having a clear direction means that everything you do in your business, you know what it's marrying back up to. So the first step is, in the next 4 steps, I want you to have in the back of your mind, why do you believe this? Why is that? What do you really want to say about that? So just keep questioning why. And I told my team, like, ask why 3 times, because the more you ask why, the deeper you're going to get into like what you're really actually trying to say about that thing. So step 1, keep that in mind. Step 2, what do you solve? Like, if I asked you, what does your business solve? What would your answer be? There should be a list of, you know, 5 to 10 things. So I'll just give you an example of what I wrote down when we're doing this activity. So I wrote down that I solve financial stress, dependence financially, being stuck, having a lack of purpose, having a lack of fulfillment, having a lack of time, having a lack of personal expression, having a lack of choice. So they should be things that you feel personally passionate about, and also possibly, quite possibly, the reasons why you came into this business as well. So that's step 2, like, just really have a think about what you solve, what your business solves. And, you know, again, be questioning, like, why is it that I'm writing this down? Like, why do I believe this to be true? Why is it that I want to solve this for people? That I also, he didn't say this, but I also think like these kind of lists and stuff, like, pop them on a wall or on your window or on your fridge or whatever, because it's really good to just like have them in the back of your mind. Step 3, what are your beliefs? And there shouldn't be a page of them. There should be like 1 to 4 of them, of your really strong beliefs. So this is your beliefs behind why you do this business and why you want to help people. So my beliefs are that I believe every woman has potential and a story to unleash. I also believe every woman can and deserves to earn an independent income, meaning like not reliant on a partner or a job, that sort of independence. So there should be some beliefs that you were just like, boom, like I believe that so strongly that it like almost brings me to tears. And when you ask step 1, the questions of why do you believe that? Why is that? You know, what do you really want to say about that? It should stem back to like your childhood, or like your, you know, some experience you had as an adult that was really life-changing or really touched you really, really deeply. So again, just using my examples because I obviously know them inside out. You know, I believe every woman can and deserves to earn an independent income because I saw my mum not have that. I'm so passionate about that because I saw her work so freaking hard as a single mum, right? And she had been dependent on my father. So that's, you know, like there should be, if you're asking yourself, why do I believe this? Why do I give a crap about this? There should be some moment, some big thing where you're like, oh, that's why I care so much. You know, like there should be something that comes up there. So yeah, step 3 is just simply finish this sentence, I believe. Step 4, this is a doozy. Are you ready, people? This was my favorite. It is blank is what I do. Blank is who I am. So let me give you some examples. Helping women create an online income is what I do. Standing for female empowerment, potential, and independence is who I am. How powerful is that? Instead of saying, I do affiliate marketing. Like, which one would you be attracted to? You know, like it's blank is what I do. Blank is who I am. So it's so powerful. Like if you imagine, if you just had that written up somewhere in your house, like on your mirror in your bathroom, somewhere you see when you wake up or whatever, like you would never have a lack of motivation in this business. Like you would always know what you stand for, why you're doing this business, and why you have to keep going, you know? So I'm just going to give you a few more examples. So affiliate marketing is what I do. Empowering women to create independence is who I am. Or you might say freelance digital marketing is what I do. Empowering women to monetize their genius is who I am. So again, it comes back to, well, he didn't say this, but I think that probably what it comes back to is what your beliefs are. So you can describe the business in the way that you like, but then the who you are is like, what are your beliefs? What's your mission? Like, who are you as a person? Like, why are you actually doing this? So yeah, just if obviously we don't have time to actually do the activity now, but just write down blank is what I do and blank is who I am. So that was step 4. Step 5 is also a doozy. And it's talking about who you often work with. And the reason this is so powerful is when you say I often work with blah, 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 and I'll give you some examples, it's implying that you have helped them and that you're the expert in that area. You're the go-to for helping people in that situation. So it's a really powerful way to frame you as the solution for that particular person. So I often work with women who are successful in what they do, but feel they have more to give and aren't being paid for what they're worth. See how, like, again, it like marries back to my mission and my beliefs. I often work with women who consider themselves driven and successful, but feel stuck, frustrated, and are lacking fulfillment. So how I deciphered what he taught was that you just kind of described like I often work with, and then like your target market, and then who feel, or like, you know, you've got to describe what the problem is, what the challenge is that they're going through. You don't have to say like women who felt stuck, frustrated, and lacking fulfillment and now are happy, unstuck, and feeling fabulous about themselves. Like it's implied that you do that because you've already said that I often work with blah, blah, blah. So definitely have a think about that. I often work with, you know, target market without going into specifics about them, just talk about who they are and then how they feel or what that challenge is. Oh, and then lastly, what is the through line? So what has the constant theme been in your life as a person, as a leader, as a like a theme around how you've shown up? So it may be that you've always been attracted to leadership roles, or it may be that you've always really wanted to help people, really wanted to serve people. It may be that you've always really been attracted to supporting and empowering women. Like, what is that through line when you think in your whole life? Like, what have you been known for or felt really empowered and great by doing? And that through line is a really good thing to come back to just remember what your content's about, what you're about as a brand, and also to come back to, if you are going through these exercises of I believe, you know, X is what I do, X is who I am, like those sorts of things. Like just think about your through line as well, because that's often a really good bucket of content to come back to. So that's really what Chris taught in like literally this was a 2-hour training I've just taught in like 10 minutes. So it was a lot more involved than that. But all you need to know is those sentences and journal for as long as you need to actually get to the answers, because they're really powerful to have from a branding perspective. I think every new person really should do this exercise before they write any content or go making pages and stuff, because it just gets it makes it really clear what their brand is and what they stand for. That and the Gabby training, if you haven't watched it and you want to delve deeper in this, the Gabby training was amazing on Huddle. And then lastly, like I said, a lot of us have started this business because we wanted to run ads, and, we wanted to be able to bring in cold traffic and turn that cold traffic to warm traffic and, and convert the sale with AI and all of that. It really is so simple. We have overcomplicated, well, when I say we, I have overcomplicated it from just being in the business for, I think, over a year and seeing a lot, and made it more difficult in my mind. So I don't know if anyone else relates to this, but seriously, all it is 3 tiers of ads. It is just awareness, engagement, conversion. And that is what Cam taught. And then the night, we got taught that during the day and went into a bit of detail around it. And then in the evening, we did a Shark Tank activity where we had to get into groups and we presented back a concept for, a top, middle, bottom funnel campaign. And we had 45 minutes to do it. And every single group did a fantastic job. So it's so simple. All you've got to do is top, which is awareness, middle, which is engagement, and then bottom, which is your call to action, your conversion. That's all Cam does in all of his multi-million-dollar businesses. That is what he does. And that is what's taught in AI. So, it's just so simple. I think sometimes it can feel overwhelming or it can feel complicated because we just want to do 1,000 things, but really it's so simple. That is Cam's formula. That is what he's built so many successful businesses on, and even his clients on. So get as creative as you want with it, but it really is simple. So I just wanted to really hammer that home, because I think sometimes it can seem if you're new and you don't know anything about online marketing, it can seem oh my God, but it's seriously so simple. And it's all your own content. So it's all your own authentic branded content. So it's so much more simple than what we sometimes make it out to be.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jess, for coming on and sharing all of that. That was amazing. And I love that you could actually take it to our workshop and do that in 10 minutes. That was epic.